I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with a few repurchases, which are broken record products by now. But I needed to get another one of the Eminence Strawberry Rhubarb Dermafoliants with lactic acid. I mix this in with my cleanser every single morning for a nice light exfoliation and then to cleanse my skin. It's a powder product that comes in a shaker style bottle, kind of like a pepper shaker. The only thing that I don't like about this packaging is sometimes the little holes can get clogged, so I got to stick something in there so the product shakes out nicely. But I've been using this product for like years, and I just really love it for just a nice refresh for in the morning time. So there's 4.2 ounces of product in this guy, and Eminence products are made in, well, formulated in Hungary. This one's made in Canada. So love that. Repurchased that for years now. And then I cracked open my last bottle of the Josie Maran SPF 47 that I've been also using for years. It's my daily SPF and moisturizer. It's the last step in my morning skincare routine. So I got a little flyer in the mail for 20% off on the Josie Maran website. And I got 3 more of the SPF 47 Argan Daily Moisturizers. It's these guys right here. Again, you guys have heard me talk about this product for a really long time. So I got these guys. They're 2 fluid ounce bottles, and I believe these are made in the USA as well. Yeah, they're made in the USA. But I got these guys in, and then I got an email for a sale that they're doing for 25% off. So I might take advantage of that and really stock up, because I do kind of go through these quickly. I use probably between my face and my neck 8 pumps a day. So I might go ahead and get a couple more with the 25% off. But these also have the expiration dates on the bottom of the box, which I really like. And these ones expire in 8 of 25. So I will go through them far quicker than their expiry date. But just another product that I really love. It's the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47. Right there. It also comes in a tinted version, which I used to get and mix it with this one, but I kind of haven't, because it kind of adjusts my foundation colors, I realized after quite a while. I do like the tint that it gives the skin though. When I use like just first put it on, like I feel like I can wear less foundation, so I like to dabble with the tinted version as well, but currently I'm just using the original. And then I'm still on the concealer kick. I love trying new concealers. So Glossier recently came to Sephora, and I had this product a while ago, and I had since decluttered it, and it's been quite a while. I'd say a couple years at least. But I got the Glossier Stretch Concealer again. There's 0.17 ounces of product in here, and it's made in Canada. I got the shade G12, which on the Sephora website appears to be the lightest shade that they have. If you're really fair, I don't think that this is going to be light enough for you. I feel like when I set it, it does kind of deepen just a little bit. And what I really liked about the idea of this concealer is the hydration aspect of it, because it does have cocoa seed butter, avocado oil, and a little bit of vitamin E. And I like the idea of having like a product underneath my eyes that has some like hydrating ingredients in it, because I've got really dry under eyes. But this guy here, it reminds me, like the texture, the way it blends out, everything like that reminds me the most of the Becca Under Eye Corrector, which that one had like some little shimmers in it, but this one it doesn't. It's got a sheen to it because of the hydration aspect to it though, like the glare from being like hydrating or whatever. But this guy here is the only thing, I've got it underneath my eyes today, it's the only thing about my makeup today that I don't like. When I set it, it doesn't look as smooth and as flawless, and I find that the coverage is a light to medium, slightly buildable, but you don't get a lot of like coverage from it. It blends out nicely and stuff like that, but I'm just not crazy about the way that it looks underneath my eyes. It doesn't look like super flawless, you know. I'll just give you guys a swatch of the G12 right there. You can definitely feel like the oils and stuff in there. So I guess there's a reason that I decluttered it, right? But this comes in a pot too, the little potted concealer there. I'll leave that swatch up because I also got another concealer. This is the box for that one. I purchased the Valentino, Very Valentino Concealer All Day Light Lasting Coverage Concealer. And I got the shade Light Rosa 1, which is supposed to be the lightest shade with the rosy undertones or cool undertones. There's 0.2 fluid ounces of product in here. and this guy is made in France. So this is the box packaging right here, and then this is what the actual packaging looks like. It's a little weighted kind of plastic bottle, and the shade again I got is Light Rosa 1. I found that not a lot of product comes out on the applicator, so I had to go back in to pick up enough product, and it's got a really thin consistency to it, and I would say a light medium buildable coverage. I found that it was kind of difficult to blend out, and I did not like the way that it looked underneath my eyes. I also don't think that this is a rosy undertone at all. On my skin it looks yellow because I have a really strong pink undertone, so it really shows like the yellow, that it doesn't have a ton of pink in it. But when I set it underneath my eyes with my all-time favorite setting powder, which is the Flower Nose, it just looked, even with that thin light kind of texture, it looked like heavy underneath the eyes. It just wasn't flattering. I couldn't get it to look flattering. And I was going back and forth with purchasing the Givenchy or the Valentino one, and I went with the Valentino one, and I wish I would have bought the Givenchy one because I have had good luck with concealers from Givenchy. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about this that just, again, it doesn't look very flawless. I also felt like my eyes looked quite dry as well, and I think, does it say, well, no, it's a all day light lasting coverage concealer is what it says. So it's supposed to be long lasting, triple use, full coverage concealer. I don't find that this is full coverage at all. It says all day hydration. No. Long lasting and light feel. I mean, it wore like long throughout the day after I set it and stuff like that, but it certainly didn't look that nice. Anyway, not crazy about this concealer, which I'm sad about because I thought I was just gonna love it. It's right there. And again, the shade that I got is Light Rosa 1. And then Lisa Eldridge did a restock on her website, and I had been after the Le Mépris lipstick for a while, and it's been out of stock for a while as well. So I got that. It's the Luxuriously Lucent Lip Color. Again, the shade is Le Mépris, and there's 0.12 ounces of product in here, and it's made in Italy. So that is the box packaging right there. And it's got her standard gold with the magnetic closure in there. And this is actually the lipstick that I have got on today with another, a little bit of a gloss that I'll show you in a bit as well. But this is, it's not quite as light as I was hoping it was going to be. I'm still waiting for like her line to come out with some really kind of light nudes, like along the realms of the Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW or Max Creme de Nude, something like that. But this isn't quite that light. It's still a really pretty nude shade, and it's quite sheer with a warm undertone to it. But it is very easy to throw on. You can definitely see that, the warmth in that guy. So I'll just put a little bit on. And her, like, this particular formula from Lisa Eldridge has got this really nice kind of shine to it by itself as well. So that's Le Mépris, and then I'll swatch Kim KW. Oh, that's not Kim KW. Here's Kim KW, which is almost gone. There is Kim KW. And then I'll swatch MAC Creme de Nude. And I'm kind of seeing that on the back of my hand here, these two shades look kind of similar. And I think maybe what it is that it pulls more warm or darker maybe on my lips is because I've got a decent amount of pigmentation in my lips naturally. So since it's a little bit more sheer than the Kim KW, I think more of my natural lip color is coming through the Le Mépris lipstick from Lisa Eldridge. But I really like it. It's a really beautiful shade. So that one is Le Mépris from Lisa Eldridge. And then I also got one of her glosses. She launched new shades of these as well. So this is the Gloss Embrace. There's 0.15 fluid ounces of product, and this is also made in Italy. And the shade that I got is Dancing Rose. And this is one of her newer ones. And it's the first gloss that I have tried from the brand. It's got like a clear base with some really beautiful golden pink sparkles to it. It looks beautiful by itself just putting on the lips. And I would say that the formula of this is closest to like the gloss oil hybrid products. It's really comfortable on the lips, and it's not like super sticky, but it also has nice substance to it. So it wears decent as well. I put this on like 6 o'clock last night, and it lasted like till 10. It was still on my lips, so it had nice longevity to it. And I don't think, I don't think this is going to be my last of the gloss embraces either, because it's really pretty. And I want to try some of the ones that have more pigmentation to them. This one was just a safe bet for me to see how if I like the formula, and it's quite nice. So again, that is the Dancing Rose Gloss Embrace, and that's right there. I also got in on the second restock of the Shroud Cosmetics Moonfall eyeshadow palette. I missed the initial launch, so I was happy to hit it on the second restock. They just make a really beautiful shadow formulation with some really beautiful color combinations. So it came with this little card, kind of a little description of the palette on there, and then this is the box packaging that it comes in. There are 9 eyeshadows that are 0.05 ounces or 1.5 grams each, so you're getting a nice amount of product. And it says distributed by Shroud Cosmetics, made in the USA on the box packaging there. And then the actual packaging looks like this. It's cardboard with a magnetic closure, and then I love the fact that these are also magnetized inside the palette, so you can pull them out, and they're the kind of the standard round pan size as well, so you can put other shades in here. So like for me, this color story isn't standalone because everything's kind of mid-tone or deeper, and I've brought in other like highlighty type shades when I've used this, but it would be really easy to pop one of these shades out and put a lighter kind of sparkly shade in there to make it a one and done if I wanted to like travel with it and stuff. So there are 5 mattes in here and 4 like stunning shimmer shades. They're really, really pretty. Look at that. So pretty. And then these next guys. Oh, this shade is so stunning. All the shimmers are stunning. They're so like shiny and multi-dimensional. Look at that. That didn't even skip. That's how smooth that deep matte is. And then this last shade here. So those are the swatches of the Shroud Cosmetics Moonfall palette, and it is really, really stunning. And this does have a mirror in it as well. And then I also purchased one item from the Beautylish Spring Savings event. So you get $20 gift card for every $100 that you spend. And I was eyeing this and I almost bought it on launch, and then I held back because I have so many brushes, but these just looked so beautiful. I had to. It had to be done. So this is the latest collaboration that Beautylish has done with Chikuhodo, and it is a 5-piece brush set. It comes in this box right here, and then there's also a really nice brush pouch in here, which these are really handy to travel with brushes as well. So you got a little flap in there with some brush slots, and then also a little like side pocket. And then there are 5 brushes. So there's this really cool angled powder brush. It's pinched, but it's got that bevel to it. I really love brushes that kind of have that like straighter side and then it curves. I feel like the longer bristles on the back side kind of support the angle. It's just, they're just really like nice to apply product on the face when they have that angle. So that's the powder brush. I've been using it to set my foundation since I've gotten it. And then I wonder how well there, you can kind of see how beautiful the design is. And then the ferrules are like a brushed rose gold. They're just so, so pretty. And these are natural bristle brushes as well. So that one there is the powder brush in the set. And then there's like a blush and highlighter brush. This one is also pinched on the side. You can see I've been using all of these. But this is really good for both highlighter and blush, I feel, or if you want to do really precision kind of contour bronzing, it would work for that as well. And then it says on the other side there, Chikuhodo and Beautylish. They did a collaboration with Chikuhodo years ago, and they had black candles with some really pretty flower printing on them as well. That's a stunning brush set too. I don't think that one is still available though. And then there are 3 eye brushes. There is a really nice flat shader. As you can see, I've been using this guy. It just covers the lid really well. This one's also pinched. Then you got the pretty handle there. And then there is a fluffy blender, which is this guy. And this one is circular all the way around. It's kind of your standard fluffy blending brush. And then you have this longer, really pointed brush, which I find when you're trying to do a precision area blending, these come in handy to, like, if you had just a little spot that you need to blend out or something like that, or if you're really trying to do, like, say a little bit more depth in the crease, really targeting the area where you want the pigment, these come in handy for that. This one's also circular all the way around. So these are the 5 brushes in the set right there. I'm super happy that I picked them up because, again, they are just absolutely beautiful. And Chikuhodo is a brand that I've been buying brushes from for years and years and years. I still have. I think it's in use right now. Here it is. This is, I think, the one of the first brushes that I ever got from Chikuhodo, and I'm telling you, this is like 10 years ago. And it's the brush that I'm using right now to, like, buff Guerlain meteorites all over the face. And when I had ordered this set, I had them put my name on it, so it says Tara. But yeah, this brush is going strong. Like I said, I've had this for like 10 years. This is a Chikuhodo powder brush. And then I placed an order on the House of Sillage website. Their Hufflepuff fragrance went on sale, and they had sent me one, I think it was in December, and I've been using it very sparingly because I don't want to use it up. There's something about, there's several fragrances that do this for me, but I know this one's limited edition, and I'm kind of kicking myself because I missed the restock of the Minnie Mouse fragrance. That is just absolutely divine as well. I've got 2 of the Wonder Woman, which I think that, okay, I think that Wonder Woman and Minnie Mouse and Hufflepuff, also the Gryffindor fragrance, those all need to be made permanent. Like, add them to the permanent range, because I will continue to purchase those for years. I love them so much, and I find myself, you know, using them sparingly because, for one, the bottles are so beautiful, but I just don't want to run out of the limited edition fragrance, right? So anyway, I love the Hufflepuff one, and it went on sale, so I bought another bottle of it. This one is in the cellophane and stuff. I'm going to leave it in there because I still have the bottle that I've been using. But this is what it looks like, and it's got a little house, the Hufflepuff house logo on top, and it's encrusted with the Swarovski crystals. And I've got it on today. It is such a beautiful fragrance. It's gourmand, but it's not like overly sweet. And 3 spritzes of this, I can smell all day long. It smells so good. Like, I get, for whatever reason, when I smell it, I get like a whiff of pineapple, but I think it must be a mix of maybe the, let's see, the peach, coconut, and vanilla. So there's, oh, there is lemon in here. Maybe that's what it is, because pineapple and lemon are kind of citrus, right? Italian lemon, peach pulp, coconut cream accord are the top notes. Heart notes are sambac, jasmine, white freesia, and gardenia, and then the base is vanilla bourbon, which I love a vanilla bourbon, Virginia cedar, and vanilla beans absolute. But like, it says vanilla bourbon, but it's not one of those like kind of deeper bourbon fragrances. To me, it's very light. It's such a beautiful scent, and I mean, I wouldn't even put it past myself if it goes on sale again, because it's not on sale right now, but you gotta kind of watch the site because they redo their sales almost daily. I won't put it past myself if I buy another one, because I love it that much. Again, it needs to be made a part of the permanent range. Just saying. Here's another look at the bottle. All of their perfume bottles are super stunning. I want to get another one of the Gryffindor ones as well. I love that one too. They always do, like, you know, spend X amount of money, get some free stuff. So they had the Trend number 10 and the Trend number 2 perfume travel sprays were sent for free with the purchase. And these have got, these ones are made in the USA, and there are 2 vials that are 0.27 fluid ounces of fragrance in each one. And I've actually got these ones. I'll keep these ones in the cellophane, but I have these 2 Trends right here, and these are both really pretty fragrances too. Nicely weighted, and then you just pop these out, and you can put different ones in there as well. I like to travel with these little fragrances, and I can adjust what kind of fragrance is inside, but these particular ones are the number, what did I say, number 8? Number 10 and number 2. This one's number 2 and this one's number 10. So those were free, super awesome. And that's everything that I got in that I purchased this week. I did get in some really lovely PR packages, and this first one is from Pixi. They sent over this In Shower Steam Facial. It came in this box right here. I pulled the products out. There's a little kind of not quite microfiber cloth, but similar, and it's in the shower. So I'll spare you showing you a used like washcloth, but that was in here as well. But it's the In Shower Steam Facial. It says this multitasking self-heating mask transforms your shower into your own Pixi Perfect home spa, infused with vegan acacia collagen, sage, peptides, and lavender to perfectly cleanse, nourish, and plump fine lines. That's what it says on the box here. And it's a pretty large tube. It's a 4.6 fluid ounce, 135 milliliter. And this guy here is made in Korea. Love me some K-beauty. So I've used this twice so far, and I like squeeze out a big blob of it, and then I put it on, you know, all over my skin, and then I like massage it, and it does have a warming sensation that I quite enjoy. It's not a burning or an irritating feeling. It's just this warmth that feels really nice on the skin. And so I've used it again 2 nights in a row, and I found that when I got out of the shower, my face didn't look quite as red as it usually does, at least. So I'm wondering if it's in part because of this. And then 2, I really noticed my skin feeling super soft. I exfoliate, you know, every morning with the Eminence and with a gentle cleanser and stuff like that. But like this morning when I was washing my face and then I was putting on my lotion and stuff, I was like, my face feels like extra soft. So I don't know if it's this or not. I've enjoyed the times that I've used it so far. So that is the Pixi In Shower Steam Facial right there. I also got a PR package from Bare Minerals, and it had this cap in there, which this is what kind of hat I wear every day when I go outside in the cold to feed horses. So this comes in really handy because I like to wash my caps quite frequently because it's like sitting on your skin and stuff like that. And I don't have enough caps, to be honest. So this is what I'm going to use with this. It's a really nice, like, what, beanie, right? And it says Bare Minerals on it. So that was in that package. And then there was the Mineralist eyeshadow palette. There's 6 shades that are 1.3 grams or 0.04 ounces a piece. And this is made in the USA. This one here is called Warmth. They have like a promo for, it says new limited edition Warmth collection, warm up your world. And there's a gloss and then the Warmth and then the palette. So they sent me over the Warmth collection Mineralist eye palette. I do have the Warmth bronzer, and that is actually the bronzer that I have on my face. And this is a really interesting product. You need so little of it to like bronze up your whole face, and it's got like this really burnt, almost bronze orangey kind of aspect to it that's really flattering on the skin. So again, that is the bronzer that I've got all over my face, is the Warmth, which I had gotten, I think, in a advent calendar from Bare Minerals this holiday season. And then the eyeshadow palette looks like this right here. It's a cardboard packaging in their like sustainable, recyclable, newer style, and it slides out like this. So if you do like use it all up and stuff, it's easy to recycle the packaging. And this is actually the eyeshadow palette that I have got on my eyes today, and I mixed it with the highlighter that I used, which was the Far Out shade in the Noctilucent Blend Bunny highlighter palette, which I love those highlighters. So it's like this purple, really shiny highlighter, right? And I find that like this purple pink mixed in with these really like bronzy browns is so flattering. Like it was a happy surprise when I paired the two together. I really enjoy them. You wouldn't think like, you know, purple super sparkle with like these warm browns, you know, but I think it looks pretty cool. So that's the highlighter that I have on the inner portion and underneath the brow, because this palette doesn't have like a highlight shade for like my liking. So it's not quite standalone, but the shadows are pretty nice. And these are a clean shadow formula. It says mineral rich vegan eyeshadows made with up to 95% naturally derived ingredients, including cold pressed botanicals, deliver long lasting crease resistant color, create any look from a soft wash of bronze to bold fiery copper. Plastic free palette is easy to recycle when empty. Remove inner tray and elastic, recycle the rest. So yeah, for this being like that, such a natural formula, I was really surprised with how well that they performed, and I found that to be true with the palette that came out during the holidays. Like I originally looked at it like almost like disregarding it, but then when I used it, I loved the look that came out of it. So I think that when you first look at them, they don't look like a whole lot, but I found that the looks that come out of them are really pretty. And if you like a easy bronze, like nonchalant kind of look, I think you would really like this. Especially for that, it's again the 95% naturally derived. There are two like metallic shimmers, which are these ones, and then this one down here is kind of more like a satin, and then you've got 3 matte shades in there as well. Let me pull it out of here. It might be a little bit easier for me to swatch them. I feel very summery today with these like, oh, with these warm tones on. And then these next two. I went through an entire pressed bronzer from Bare Minerals recently, and then over the years I have used up the warmth bronzers as well. Bare Minerals used to be the only makeup that I would wear on my face. Like way back in the day, they'd come out with like these limited edition QVC sets and stuff, and I had to have every one of them. But this is a really nice like all natural type of palette. So this is the Bare Minerals Mineralist in Warmth right there. And again, that's what I have got on my eyes with the exception of the highlight, because again, there isn't really a highlight tone for me in this palette. And an absolute huge thank you to Bare Minerals for sending that over. And then I got my first ever PR package from Buxom, which was very exciting. They kind of did a little collaboration with High Spirits. Seed Lip. It's a non-alcoholic spirit, which I'm not familiar with like spirits, so I might need some advice, okay? It's a really cute glass bottle with like, I think it's a squirrel that's on there, maybe? But it says Seed Lip distilled non-alcoholic distilled non-alcoholic spirits, Grove 42 citrus. Serve over ice with Indian tonic or soda. I don't know. I'm unfamiliar. I need tips. How do I do this? But this is the brand Seed Lip. And it says on here, get 15% off your own bottle of Seed Lip with code High Spirits. That was on the card there. So if you are familiar, there's a little code there that came in the box. So that was in there. So this is Buxom's limited edition High Spirits collection. That's what it says on the card here. So there are 2 palettes, eye and cheek, 2 glosses, and a lip liner. It does show a mascara in a jar here, but I don't have the mascara. I have tried that mascara, but it didn't quite volumize enough for me. It does have a rubber bristle brush, which I like, but I couldn't get quite the volume that I would have liked out of it. It's more like a natural style mascara, if I remember correctly. I'll start out with the full-on plumping lip polishes. So there are 2 of them, Whitney and Negroni. 0.14 ounces. Oh, interesting. There's 0.14 fluid ounces in Negroni, and there's 0.15 fluid ounces in Whitney. And it says on the box that these are made in the USA. So this is the box packaging. And the gloss that I have on slightly with the Lisa Eldridge is the shade Whitney, which has got a little bit of sparkle in it. And then the Negroni one is kind of like a cream finish. These do have that minty kind of cooling sensation on the lips, this particular product from Buxom. I think most people are pretty familiar with the Buxom lip glosses. They have a thicker kind of viscosity, and they are a little bit sticky, so this is a product that where my hair would kind of get stuck to it a little bit, but they are so shiny on the lips. I still have remnants of the one that I put on earlier, but I'll just put a little bit more of the Whitney shade on. And then I'll swatch Whitney on my hand here so you can see the color. So this is the one that has got a little bit of sparkle in it. It's the Plumping Lip Polish, and the shade Negroni is the Lip Cream. And this is a pretty pink too. So no sparkles in this one. So that one's a little bit warmer, and that one's got more pink to it. So you can see right there just how shiny those are. They stay in place really, really well. That's probably why they have that, stick to them. So that one is Negroni right there. The collection also has one of the Powerline plumping lip liners in it in the shade Savvy Sienna. There's 0.01 ounces of product in this guy, and this pencil is made in Germany. So here's the packaging. And this is the lip pencil that I have got to line my lips today. And it has one of those teardrop, or it's like a raindrop, right? Teardrop, raindrop type of an end to it, which isn't my favorite because I really like a defined line, and I can get that. I just got to kind of keep turning the pencil to the sharpest edge to get that really like sharper line around the lips. But it is nice to use the flatter side to kind of fade inwards, which is what I do with a lip liner most times anyway. And this is actually the lip liner that I've got on my lips today, and I did that. I lined it really precise with the edges, and then I kind of used the like wider end of it to kind of fade it inwards, and then I went over with the Lisa Eldridge lipstick. So this is what it looks like. I've got 2 other shades of this pencil as well. Let me grab them and swatch them too, since it might be helpful, because those ones were in the permanent ranger when they first launched. So this one here is Smooth Spice, which I've worn this quite a lot. I really love the color of that one. And then when I originally bought these, my idea was I could get like a long lasting lip, like matte lip look without being like super drying. So I also bought the shade Bold Beige, which is a really nude color. And so I would line it with the smooth Spice, and then I'd fill it in with the Bold Beige. And the lip is really like a pretty matte, but what I found is they do move a little bit, when, especially this one, because it's so light. It doesn't look quite as flattering as I would have liked it to. So I mostly use this one, and I'm not super crazy about that one to kind of fill in my lips with it. But the shade itself is a pretty nude. Like, I'd love it in a lipstick or something. But I do like the formula of these pencils as well. So those are, again, the Powerline plumping lip liners. I honestly don't get any really plumping sensation when I use them. At least I don't feel it on my lips. And then lastly in the collection, there are 2 eye and cheek palettes. You've got On the Rocks and Straighten Up. So it's got like the spritz kind of look to it right there, which is why I think there was a spirit in the box. And I just saw on Ulta this morning that there's like a larger palette from Buxom that came out as well with, I think it's got 2 cheek products and like more eyeshadows in it. I'm kind of interested because like upon first like glance at these, I don't think a lot of them, but then when I put them on, the looks are very pretty. It's one of those type of things. The formulation of them is quite thin, but they're pigmented. So you do kind of have to work a little bit at them, blending them out, but they're like such a soft, like natural kind of shadow formula. And I think that's probably why. So this first one is Straighten Up. There's 4 eyeshadows in here. It doesn't break down the shadows from the blush, but a total of 0.23 ounces of product in this guy, and this one is made in Canada. And this is the blush that I've actually got on my cheeks today, is this one right here, and it's just a really soft peachy pink. And this one here, I can make this work as a standalone, but it's very light in the crease shade because this is borderline just deep enough for me, because I do like something pretty deep in the crease, just to push back my kind of hooded lid. Look at how pretty that color is. Yeah, like even swatching them to the touch, they're like they feel very, very silky. They're very, very soft, very thin kind of formulation. And then the blush here. So this one here is a very natural palette. If you're trying to do the more kind of no makeup, this is something that I think that you would like. So that guy right there is the Straight Up palette. And the other one is On the Rocks. This one's also made in Canada, a total of 0.23 ounces of product in here as well. Whoa. And then this guy here has got kind of 1 matte satin and then 3 kind of shimmer shades. And it's got a deeper kind of pink blush in there. This one here, I did bring in something with a little bit more brightness to highlight. It's kind of funny. Actually, I used the light. That's what I did. When I used this palette, I grabbed the lighter shade from the Straight Up palette and used it in conjunction with this one because there isn't a light enough shade in this one. So pairing the 2 palettes together kind of works out good for me. But I would still kind of say that this is more of a softer kind of a look. Like when I used it, it reminded me of one of the Tom Ford, I think it was Body Heat. It kind of gave me Body Heat vibes from Tom Ford when I used that together, and then I paired it with, I think I used that shade right there for the highlight. But that one right there is the On the Rocks Eye and Cheek palette. And like, an absolute huge thank you to Buxom for sending over that collection. Again, that's the first time I received anything from Buxom. I was like super excited about it. I just need to figure out how to drink the spirit. And then lastly, I got a PR package from Colourpop. They sent me over the Legend of Korra collection, which I was seeing the promo pictures of it, and there was quite a few pieces that I wanted to get from it. And so I was really excited when I got it in PR, even though I don't know anything about the Legend of Korra. I love the graphics and like the little cartoon guys that's on the packaging and stuff like that. Colourpop products are made in the USA. So this collection comes with 2 of the Fresh Kiss lip creams. And gosh, I mean, the packaging on this is so cute. Like, even the inside of the packaging is super, super detailed. I do wish at some point Colourpop would figure out a way to get these guys, like this cuteness, on this packaging. I would just love that, because it's really difficult for me to throw away like such cute packaging, right? So there are 2 of these guys. You've got a darker one, which is called Partner in Crime. Get it open here. And it's like a really rich raspberry, deep raspberry shade. And these are that silicone style, like matte kind of lip cream. So, and when I wear a product like this, what I do is I don't use quite as much that's on the swatch there, and then I use my finger to blend it into the lip, and you get that blurred. So like, watch as I like blend it upwards. See how it starts to blur? You get that blurred lip look when you do it like that. So that one right there, again, is the Partner in Crime. And then the other one is a little bit more nude. And this one is in Loyal Friend right here. So again, I would use my finger and I would blend it into the lips so that product isn't kind of sitting on there. Because sometimes when you put too much of this kind of formula on, it can gather a little bit. And I don't really know if that's the intention, is to use it as heavy as it is to kind of blur it like that. I think they look prettiest. See how it blurs my skin? They look prettiest like this to me. So that one right there is the Loyal Friend shade. And those are the 2 lip creams. And then the collection also comes with 2 graphics ink liners. Again, very cute packaging. There's a total of 0.07 ounces of product in these guys. And the shade that I have got on today as a winged liner is the shade Heart to Heart. And I've found that since their first initial launch of the liners like this, they have gotten a lot better. It does say on the sticker on the bottom that you are supposed to shake well before use, which is what I always do. I just kind of tap it on my hand like that to shake it up. There's a little component in there that you can hear mixing up the formula. So again, this is Heart to Heart. They do have felt tip liner ends, but they're quite pointed. I hope that they don't start to fray. I do prefer a brush tip, but I'm able to work with these pretty well. Again, this is the shade that I have got on today in Heart to Heart, and it's a really pretty kind of deep brown burgundy shade. And then the other one is the shade, oh gosh, this is so tiny, Korasami. I better shake it real quick, which is a kind of a pastel sky blue shade, gray sky blue shade. And I haven't used this one just yet, but I thought about like doing some type of little accent or something like that on my eyes with it, but that is the other one right there. And that one again is the shade Korasami. There's also a Super Shock highlighter, 0.28 ounces of product in here. It's in one of their large compacts, and this is the Spirit Wilds right here. And this packaging, oh, let me tell you, I want to figure out a way. maybe I'll cut it in the same kind of like shape as the compact and put it where the mirror is at, because the little like cartoon guys on here, they're so cute. You guys know how I feel about like cartoony animals and stuff, right? I really think the packaging is cute, and I want to try to find a way to implement that image on this packaging. Granted, there is a cute little rabbit with like butterfly wing for ears and some butterflies on there that's also really cute. So again, this is Spirit Wilds, 0.28 ounces of product. I do find that I have, for whatever reason, I have trouble opening this kind of packaging. Anyway, this is the highlighter. I did use this as a base today underneath the other highlighter that I used, and I've used it a couple times like that. I can't use it by itself because it does have a pretty strong undercast for me, but it does really well as a base for really light highlighters. It like kind of like they even each other out a little bit, and I don't have that undercast from this one, and the lighter highlighters just stick really well when I use it like that, so that's how I've been doing it. And there are some pretty large kind of shimmers in here. But I like that. I love the extra added sparkles, so it looked like super pretty when I first opened it up with like the marbling, but it is such a pretty color. Yeah, you can see right there that it has an undercast on my skin tone, but I do like it as a base. And this one doesn't have a scent either. It's part of their like Colourpop range, not their Soul Body. I think it's the Soul Body products that have that kind of strong coconut scent. This one doesn't have a scent at all, but if you have like a light, medium, or deeper skin tone, I think this would look super stunning on you, but you definitely have to like a really shiny highlighter. So that's the Spirit Wilds Super Shock highlighter. Look at him. So cute. The collection also came out with 4 chrome liquid eyeshadows. There's 0.05 ounces of product in here. And this is Colourpop's first dip into multi-chromes. These are multi-chrome shadows, which is really exciting. I'm hoping that they're going to start to venture into their pressed powder palettes as well. Like, super fun, right? That Colourpop's going to be doing multi-chromes. Very exciting stuff. So these shadows here, some of them you'll see in the swatches have got a little bit more pigment than others. And what I found with these guys is I like to use my finger to tap them on in sheer layers to get the most like pigmentation and like multifaceted multi-chrome look from them. So I would put a layer on and let it dry and then go back over it with another thin layer to really get that opacity out of it. And I like to kind of tap it on with my finger, and they layer nicely because when they dry down they're almost like budge proof, so that's how you can really kind of build up the opacity to them. So the first one is Fire, and it's got green, blue, red kind of flip to it. I'll see if I can't grab a mirror here and like try to show it in a mirror too. This is one of the really kind of pigmented ones. But you can see kind of with the applicator, it's not super opaque. So what I like to do is I like to tap them on, let that dry because it's got a really like strong dry down, and then go over it with another sheer layer. Granted, that's definitely not dry yet, but we'll just go over it again anyway. So you can kind of see that it got a little bit more kind of opaque there. So that one again is the shade Fire. And then the lightest out of the 4 is the shade Earth. Right there, it's like green, brown, a little bit of purple in there. So you can see just how light that is. And this is the one out of the 4 for me that I have to layer up the most. But again, they have a really long wear time, and you can get that multifacet out of them. So that one there is Earth. And then we've got the shade Water. This one also has like green, purple, blue in it. It's really pretty. And I'll put a little bit more. I know I'm not, like if I was putting these on my eyes, I would definitely give them a little more dry down before I went like over the top with another like thin layer, but that one is Water. Kind of tap it out a little bit more. And then the last one is Air. Right here, just like copper, orange, bluey green. That one there, when I swatch it out, looks to be the most opaque out of the 4 when I swatch them like that. So that one right there is Air. And then let me grab a mirror. I don't know if that helps. Does that help? I think so, right? It's like such an awkward angle again. I need to remember that when I try to use a mirror. See those flips, but it's a little flower nose unicorn mirror there. But how exciting! Multi-chromes with Colourpop. And lastly in the collection is the pressed powder palette. So it does come with a sleeve that's got a little bit of a different graphic on it, and I'm actually going to keep this palette in the sleeve as well. I really like this kind of book style that they're doing too. I for whatever reason, the book style palettes really get me excited. Maybe it's because it's just like a change of pace or something. But this is what the actual packaging looks like. It's got like a soft matte feel to it in cardboard packaging. This one does not have a mirror in it, which I don't mind because I never use the mirrors in palettes anyway. And then there are two Super Shock shadows in here, which is this black with red and silver. It's got red in it with silver sparkles in the whole pan. And then Rebel Spirit, which is like a really light sky blue color. I've worn this a couple times so far as well, and I've really enjoyed the looks that come out of this guy. So let's swatch them for you. No pressed glitters, so that's good. And this is standalone for me as well. This is the Super Shock right there. And then these next guys. And then these guys. This is the other Super Shock right there, which might be fun to use as a base for some of these other shades, but it's got, you see it's got like this red and black and red shift in there. It's really pretty though. And then this bottom row. So that guy right there is the pressed powder palette. And again, that's what it looks like. Legend of Korra. I should look that up. I think it's a cartoon, right? It is really cute though. So there you have that guy, and an absolute huge thank you to Colourpop for sending over that collection. It's super cute. And that is everything that I have for my haul today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.